I think the phrase nothing is permanent is mostly used to scare people, but for me, I find a lot of comfort in the phrase nothing is permanent. For example, when you are feeling sad, when someone says that this pain isn't permanent, it's a relief. You realize that one day you're going to be happy again, and this is not forever. And on the flip side, if you think about how nothing is permanent when you are in a really good place, if you're having a wonderful day, having a great time with people around you, it can feel a little bit sad to know that this moment isn't forever, but at the same time, you get this wave of emotion and wave of gratitude that lets you live in the moment and makes you realize how good you have it and to cherish the present instead of focusing so much on the future and what could be, just focusing on now and what you have now instead. I think this way of thinking is what keeps me going forward, what has me setting goals all the time, because right now I really love my job and I feel purpose in it. I feel satisfied with it, but to be honest, I am trying to leave relatively soon. And when I say leave, I'm not only talking about the job, but I'm talking about Japan. Of course, maybe one day I'll be back here, but I think the fact that I have my next step in mind, the goals that I have, the things I want to do, that's what propels me forward. If I thought that this job that I have, or any job that I have, is forever, I think I would struggle a lot more with feeling satisfied or finding a purpose in my everyday life. Of course, everybody loves comfort, feeling like you belong somewhere, feeling like this is your home, this is my place. But for me personally, I don't really find too much comfort in that. I never think that anything is permanent. The thought of staying somewhere just because I'm comfortable there and I know what's going on there doesn't really bring me too much peace. Not that I want to be struggling all the time or not knowing anything all the time, but I do think it's ideal for growth and for development, self-improvement, to keep moving, to keep going forward, challenging yourself, doing something new, seeing new places, meeting new people. To me, personally, that feels like living. So even though I love what I do, I love all of my students, and I'm so happy that I decided to come to Japan. I'm so happy I met the people I met and that I landed the job that I have. A part of me that's been able to put 100% of my efforts into everything and in my life in Japan is just solely the fact that I knew that it wasn't going to be forever. And I don't think that's a bad way of thinking, nor do I think that it's the correct way of thinking. Let me explain. I don't think it's a bad way of thinking because it's what works for me. It's what motivates me. And the fact that I don't think it's the correct way of thinking is that some people have to settle down and some people have to be somewhere. So I don't think that staying in one place is necessarily the wrong move. I don't think staying in your hometown is the wrong move. I don't think that deciding that one place is going to be your home and you have no plans on leaving, that's great too. It's whatever works for your personality and your lifestyle. And honestly, I think I've always been this way. I don't think I grew into this mindset. I've always felt like I didn't want to stay in Vancouver forever, not because I didn't love it, because I did, but because I just wanted to see more of the world and I wanted to explore my own culture. In the future, hopefully exploring other cultures. There's something really nice about challenging myself and doing something different and basically living on my own terms. And I realize how much of a blessed and privileged lifestyle that is because not everyone can just move around the way they want to. But I do think most things in your life, almost everything, is your choice. You are in control of your life. If you're not happy, you gotta change it. Another thing that's not permanent, well, nothing in this life is permanent, let's be real. Everything from friendships, relationships, jobs, and just life is not permanent. With friendships, I obviously had a phase where I really thought that all of my friends were permanent back when I was younger and we all had like BFFs. I thought we would be in each other's lives forever. But as you grow older, you obviously know that that's not true. And this is something that I should be working on. And one day when I start going to therapy, hopefully one day, I can kind of peel back the layers as to why I'm this way. But when it comes to people who are not my family, I don't really have too much fear in losing people. And that side of me honestly scares me because it doesn't mean that I don't care about these people or that I don't want them in my life. It's nothing like that. But I do think some people are meant for just a phase or a section of your life. And once it's done and you just have to move on. I don't hold on to people or try and keep people in my life. But ultimately, that probably is damaging for myself and for the people that I'm in this friendship or relationship with. And it has nothing to do with me thinking that I can find better or that I'll just find somebody else. It's not that. I'm quick to think, oh, their time in my life, I guess, is over. And then I move on rather quickly. As for relationships, I haven't been in one in a long time, so I'm not sure about that area. I'm thinking that it's probably a little more intense and a little bit more of a feeling of I don't want to lose them. But again, it's been a while, so I can't really speak on that too much. I think this is one of the biggest reasons why when people say that they feel stuck, have difficulty understanding, which I want to hear their side more. I want to hear about their story more so that I can understand. I'm not sure I've ever felt stuck in life. I've always just made the next move whenever I felt like something wasn't right or working for me. And I think I've always just been this way. When I was a kid, I would do different activities, like weekly lessons of figure skating, karate, dance, gymnastics. But once I felt it wasn't right for me anymore, I was really quick to quit. And then this trickled into my adulthood or my young adulthood where I was doing various part-time jobs. And once I felt like it wasn't right for me anymore, I would quit no matter what. I don't care how short of a time I was there. I don't care how long I've been there. I don't care who I knew there. I will leave. In some cases, that can be a power move, and in some cases, that can be very irresponsible. So it's a very blurred line. But personally, I have no regrets because I think it was the right decision, and I think there is no use in pushing yourself into doing something you genuinely don't want to do if it's not serving you anymore. And if you have the option to quit, then you should, which is one of the reasons why I didn't finish university. I never really think back on the time when I was at university, but when I do, I have no regrets. I think that it was the right decision for me. I don't know if I would have ever come to Japan if I didn't do the things that I was doing instead while I was taking time off. Or, well, I mean, I didn't take time off. I never really went back. So I just dropped out, basically. But once I have this gut feeling of this is not right for me, I'm quick with the decisions and I'm quick with the actions. As long as you're not hurting anyone by doing so, I think it's worth it. We just got into April. It's April 11th while I'm filming this, and we are 1/3 of the way. Wait, what? Yeah. 1/3 of the way through the year, right? Which is crazy to think about. And I want us to all have no regrets and hopefully making changes and moves that are leading us towards our dream life where we are the most satisfied and the happiest and the healthiest. I hope you guys are having a wonderful 2026 so far. Let me know what you guys are planning to do in the next couple of months. If you are getting closer to your goals of 2026, let me know in the comments. But if you are not feeling happy where you are, know that you can change it. It might not be easy, it might not be tomorrow, but there's always something you can do to get closer to feeling happy and not stuck. I think one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this today is just solely the fact that I went through some things at work this week. Nothing bad, or no, I mean, it wasn't good, but it wasn't anything too bad. But I was able to speak up about it and solve the issues, mostly because I don't have too much time left at this company and I want to make the most of it. I want to make it a good working environment. So I took action and I tried and I strived for better, and I actually did solve those problems. So I'm happy about that. It's all about making the most of the time that you have left. So thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Tune in again for Hallie Chats, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.